Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Art of Waking podcast. I am Danan Sahra, and today I have a very special guest, a person that I went on retreat with in Greece that just is a magical human, and I wanted to share her with my community and the larger community. Her name is Beth Catherine, and she is incredibly amazing. I'll just share with you the short bio that she shared with me, which I think encompasses everything you need to know about her. Beth Catherine is a multidimensional healer, a divine feminine oracle, and founder of the Dolphin Rose Temple. As a blue ray being, she activates her clients and community to come into deeper alignment with their soul's mission in this incarnation. In her public offerings, she primarily channels the angelic realms and the dolphins. She shares activations through one-on-one work, ceremonial group courses, a consistent social media presence. Right? And through her free monthly offering, the Dolphin Healing Collective. She's currently nomadic, having spent the last 2 years all over the world, including Central America, Africa, and Europe. Her happy place is in the sunshine, by turquoise ocean water, and in abundant nature. Please help me welcome Beth Catherine. Thank you.
It's fun having someone introduce you. You're like, what?
You're like, yeah, that's me. But no, I met Beth Catherine. It's like full disclosure, like we always do. I went to Greece. What was that? Last year? Year before last?
It was, yeah, I guess year before.
Holy hell.
2021, I think.
Yeah. Went to Greece on a whim. It was a really funny kind of thing where the things align, and had no idea who the hostess of the retreat was, and just showed up, only to find out that the hostess of the retreat I had met in Bali, like in 2019, 2 years prior to that. So it's very funny. It was a very aligned trip because there's so much magic that's still happening from the connections made on that trip. But that's where this one comes from. Beth Catherine, please tell us a little bit about yourself and your work in the world. We know that you are seeing clients, you're activating them. You are an incredible voice practitioner. Tell us about your work. I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, well, that's a good question because I feel like my work changes every week, even though it always has the same essence. It feels like there's these new downloads and new things coming in. So I'm just going to talk about what I'm going through right now because that feels so pertinent. So right now I'm launching a course about working with the rainbow rays and the angels. So what I'm doing is I'm going super hard and working with all of the beings that I've been working with and sharing about for years, but really, really strongly so I can channel them through the most authentically possible. So I'm working so much with the archangelic realm right now, bringing in Archangel Michael and Faith and Gabriel and Hope and Raphael and Charity and Chamuel and Zadkiel and Amethyst every single day, and working with the rays of the violet and the blue and the green, and then sharing about how powerful these rays are. And so what's happening for me is this total restructuring and retemplating of my energy field on this galactic level. And the guidance really of how I work now is just fill myself with the light that I am, the light of my higher self every single day, and then let that light emanate and sort of be unattached as to what's happening in the external reality. So I share in social media, and I work one-on-one with people doing angelic readings for them. I have a course called Dolphin Consciousness where I do ceremony with the dolphins and whales. But really what's coming through is just living moment to moment of letting the light come through and do what it needs to do, which is such a different template, I think, than what I've seen a lot being shared like by coaches and by the spiritual community, I feel like there's so much that's shared around like manifest and know exactly what you want and say exactly what you want and very specifically and you know, almost be obsessive about it. And it's like
Mhm.
this template coming in for me and that I've been like working with for a while, but it's really activating now with the angelic work is like, I am the light takes care of itself. Let's see, like, how does the light create through me today? And just literally visualizing this like golden white, luminous soul light that I am, and just
Yes.
serving from that place every day and just being unattached to kind of what happens. And every day it's new.
Girl, how did you get there?
I'm still
Because
working on it. I'm still working on it, but literally working with the angels like a crazy person is doing so much for me. Like every day I'm calling them in, like working with
yes,
these energies.
what you said is so important, as far as there are so many newly awakening souls, and they're jumping into the spiritual waters and the fray, and there is a lot of content
Yeah.
right now, right? And it is about manifestation and
Mhm.
being very super clear. And if you don't know, that's your problem. And it's very, that's what it pretty
Yeah.
much feels like. It doesn't feel very soft or nurturing, which spirituality doesn't have to be soft and nurturing all the time, right? But how did you, or what was the hold up, wait a minute moment for you
Mhm.
that was
Mhm.
like, there's a better way. I
Yeah.
can be easier on myself.
Yeah. Okay. So great question because I've worked just like everybody on the spiritual path. I think that's really into spirituality. You try out different things. There's different teachings. There's different things that ping you and you're like, okay, I want to try that. So I have definitely tried and worked with, um, the more strong, direct, um, manifestation practices, which to me are more in the divine masculine energy, right? Like goal oriented, here's my golden
Yes.
arrow, I'm
Yes.
shooting for this. And I've had success with them. But what has happened if I'm like, okay, here's my goal, and here's the money goal, and here's this goal? I've almost felt like I've been treading water. Like, okay, I just need to do
Yeah.
another 30-minute session. And oh, I gotta get the vibes high about that manifestation and like just treading water. And it's like, wait, like on a soul level, it's like the soul speaks and is like, something isn't right here. Like this
Mhm.
isn't feeling like my nervous system is relaxed and I'm feeling just like surrendered into life. And so what my journey has kind of like been lately and over the last few years is activating my divine template, because I think what a lot of us don't understand to the level that we hopefully will one day is everyone has a different template for their soul and how they work, how they serve, what their mission is. And so for me, my divine template is intensely feminine. And
Mm.
so my divine template actually requires me to, if I'm going to authentically walk my soul's mission and live what my higher self has designed for me to live, it requires me to really sink into the mother, the black womb of the mother, the
Mm.
no thing, the surrender, and really be dropped in, which is such a deep journey that I'm still working through. But if I'm looking at someone who's here to seed a divine masculine template, and their skills and their gifts are very divine masculine, and they're talking about, oh my goddess, well, they probably wouldn't say oh my goddess, they would be like, oh my god, we're going to manifest this, and we're going to do this visualization practice, and we're going to do this journaling technique, and we're going to get so pumped, and we're going to wake
Yes.
up at like 9 and get things done, and it's going to be amazing. And we look at them and we're like, wow, like they're running a multi-million-dollar company. Obviously it's working. I should be doing what they're doing. Look at all these
Mhm.
people in their courses. Look at these great testimonials. Obviously, this is like the vibe. But what we need to understand is they're running their own unique template. And they might not even understand that while they try to teach us, this is what works for me. This is what works for me. Obviously, it's going to work for you. It's like, well, actually, our soul is going to be the one to say that feels accurate or that doesn't feel accurate. And we have to be brave enough, especially those who are here on a divine feminine mission,
That
both
part.
are good. Yes, that we are not going to see many people at all right now on a really public, successful on that level, reflecting to us that template, because the world hasn't really made space for it and it's been so suppressed. So we're creating our own pathways right now, and we're seeing the divine feminine rise, but we have to understand, like, you're not going to be able to see your template out there. You have to find it in your heart, and you have to be brave enough to be like, whoa, my template, my soul is telling me almost the opposite of what that successful spiritual
Yes.
teacher is saying, but
Mhm.
this feels accurate. So I'm going to be brave enough to listen. And that's sort of my path right now.
Ashe. Period. And that's on God. Like, there's no other like, really mic drop type moment, because in the middle of what you said, when you recognize and understand that this is my higher selves or my highest selves plan, right? And not just some willy-nilly thing that I'm oh yeah, I feel called over here. Maybe I feel called over here. Like that there's a plan behind it. It may not be completely known to you. You may not have the map. For me, the control freak within me wanted the map. It was like, give me the map then. Give me the map. Why can't I have the map? And I really feel like a lot of people right now are in that space of give me the map, give me the map, and why they're taking other people's maps.
Exactly.
Because they just want, like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste money. I don't want to, it's this still.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's from a lack place still?
Yeah.
Or
most of it is, most of it, I think, well, maybe it depends on the person, because absolutely there's every single day, there's people from their heart going, wow, that is for me. I'm going to step into this program. But a lot of it, I think, is from a feeling of fear, of lack, of I'm not good enough. I need more. I need more. Whereas the more this person has a lot of more, let me sign up for this, and hopefully, and actually in the wisdom of the universe, there's actually a lot of good that can still come from that. You know, if people sign up for programs from that place, they might have an incredible experience aligning them to what they really need to be aligned into. Or they might not get what they need and have an awakening from not getting what they need to be like, all right, I'm going in the other direction. But I do feel like a lot of the coaching world, as powerful and as beautiful as it is, I think there's a lot of maturity that is going to be happening, spiritual maturity, emotional maturity, integrity, that is currently happening. And it's actually the divine feminine leaders that are really like speaking that truth and speaking that voice, because this system has been designed for the masculine and for the shadow masculine patriarchy. So those systems are still so interwoven in spirituality, in the coaching community, in the conscious community. And it's nobody's fault, but it's our responsibility every day to wake up from that, be like, what's my truth? What's my heart saying? What's my divine template? And supporting people from a place of helping them to feel empowered, not helping them to feel less than, I don't have that lifestyle. I don't have that. I don't have that. Okay, I guess I'll buy. And it's something that we need to be responsible with our marketing, with our sharing. What's my intention behind this? Am I really wanting people to feel amazing with this post? Or am I horn?
Seriously. Okay. And I will tell you, you made a post about that a while back. And I was like, preach, child, preach, preach, preach. I'm in the choir with you. Preach, keep going. Because it was around that whole, you call yourself a healer, yet you are dysregulating nervous systems with every email you send. Like, make it make sense for me, because it doesn't. And this whole other idea of gatekeeping by way of pricing communities out. And that has been a really like front of mind topic for me, like hardcore, because I'll just say, quick story. I went to Egypt. And the lady that was my roommate was an older lady, but not very, conscious. She said she was, but she wasn't. And I was crying at one of the visits that we had because the poverty was just overwhelming. there was a baby, couldn't have been more than 6 months old, skin, ribs, flies all over. I mean, I was bawling, and I'm talking to the Egyptologist, the guy that we had, and basically like, how do you walk by that every day? Like, how do you in good conscience, like as a community, like what, like I was really in it. And her her counsel to me was that, well, they just need to raise their vibration. It's their fault.
Oh. Gonna go over well. Let's tell the baby that.
Yeah, thank you. But this whole idea of that, I charge what I'm worth, and I think I'm worth $5,000 per client, per whatever. And I don't care what you have to do to find the money to pay that. You can put it on a credit card. You can, well, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me because that's what I'm worth.
Yeah.
That to me feels so nasty. And I'm trying to reconcile it. How do you reconcile it for yourself?
Yeah, this one actually for me is an easy one because it does come down to the soul and the heart. Because how are we pricing our offerings? Okay, let's go into our heart. And what does our heart say? Because there is a wisdom coming through from the heart, the soul, the higher self. And it's okay to price your offerings at $50, and it's okay to price your offerings at $50,000. But what is your heart saying? That's what we need to go to. So one, it's like, am I pricing my offerings because I have the coaching industry in my ear saying, charge your worth, get those high ticket clients? And what we inevitably have is coaches that aren't actually very good at what they do. They don't have that much experience, and that's okay. We learn and they grow. But trying to charge $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for a coaching program when it's like, that's literally insane to me. Or we can walk the way, which is walking from our heart and saying like, what is feeling accurate to me? And the higher self and the soul, there's already this divine architecture for life. So it's like, how does this align with the divine architecture for the world? And so pricing your offerings based on that. And then also for me, it's like, I serve a lot for free. And so if people can't afford my offerings, I make sure that I'm showing up often in service for free. And you can go on my YouTube channel and there's hundreds of videos. You can go on my website, there's free courses. And I think that's really important for me as well. And whether people can afford my work or can't afford my work, I mean, I just want to serve. I want to serve for free. And then I price my offerings based on what my heart says is accurate. And actually for me, I kind of I like to tier it. That's kind of what my heart guides. Like, there's price points for different offerings. Sometimes I've been guided to offer scholarships based on certain people's, journeys and where they're at. But yeah, I think the heart really informs it. And as long as the heart is informing, your pricing structure and how you're showing up, then just celebrate that. And some people will get it and some people won't get it. But as long as we're doing what's from the heart and from, our authentic truth, we can trust in that.
Yes. Thank you for that. That I think a lot of people struggle with that. And trying to do what's right, but also trying to, make a life for themselves and make, brand themselves and all these things. So thank you for that, really. Of the offerings that you have on the table right now, can you tell us about one that might interest the listener?
Well, yes, there's like a few. I mean, when is this going to air? Just like so I have an idea
In
of what's
about 3 weeks.
Okay, in 3 weeks. Okay. Then what I would say is actually my free offering, the Dolphin Healing Collective. Which I love so much. So I was inspired and guided. Actually, it was on the way to Greece when we, in Lesbos, like when I had this idea, and it took about a year for me to actually like fully take action on it. But, you know, I'm just like so obsessed with dolphins. I literally I'm an emissary for the dolphins and the orcas and the whales. And that's one of my roles here on this planet. So once a month we get together on Zoom and we do a live ceremony to bless the dolphins and the whales, and also to receive blessings and dolphins from the whales and the dolphins in the ocean. So our last call was we were doing work in the quantum to free all orcas from captivity. The call before that, we were healing Atlantean trauma. And then tomorrow's call, we are receiving a turquoise ray activation with the dolphins, you know, the turquoise light, because every color of light has its own qualities in medicine, because it just represents different qualities of sources. White, golden light coming from the black womb of no thing. So, yeah, I'm excited. And, you know, it's just something for free, and they're very powerful ceremonies, and find your people that love the dolphins and the whales and the orcas and
Well,
the
can you
ocean.
talk about that for a second? Like if somebody feels so like drawn to
Yeah.
whales and dolphins,
Yeah.
like you're because
Yeah, well, so a lot of the people, like I had a session with someone the other day and she had just found me on Instagram and she's like, I had to book with you because like, oh my God, like the dolphins and the whales, like, I just feel like you get me, like, what is this? And I was like, look, girlfriend, you gotta be honest. Like, you are a merbeing and you can just own that, you know, you can own that you are from the water realms and we're multidimensional, and there's so many different bodies that a soul can incarnate into across the galaxy in the multiverse. So it's like, were you in a dolphin body? Were you in a or mermaid body? Were you in a lion body? Were you in a, you know, feline humanoid body? And what soul lineage are you from? And what star home are you from? And so the people that are like, oh my goddess, I love the ocean, I love the whales, I love the dolphins. Well, you probably either were one of them or worked closely with them throughout your lineage as a soul in all of your incarnations. You might be a water guardian. You might be like, just like own it, because the world doesn't exist. But like, you guys, like, you are the crazy ones. Obviously it does. Oh, great.
I love that. And I love how you frame that, because it really is open. Like it could be many different things. Like, and it's an explorative journey into the soul, these questions, like completely. How can people work with you?
People can work with me. Okay, one-on-one. We do very powerful one-on-one work because I channel your guides and your angels, and I work with the blue ray. So the blue ray is a little bit more that like lightning alignment coming from that Archangel Michael energy. It's like, let's get you aligned with your soul's mission and let's burn away everything with the blue flame or whatever we're working with that is not that. That's what I'm interested in. Like, that's who I want sitting down to work with me, or people that are like, yes, I'm all in on my soul's mission in this lifetime.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm just gonna say that. That's amazing. Because that's clarity. I mean, my work is working with other healers to help them get clear. Who are you serving? Because that right there will open the door for so much of you to show up. So I just had to say, like, yes, honey, yes. Okay.
Yeah. But it's important also to say, because I've had some clients over the years like show up and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And it like, they're not ready to fully align with their soul's mission.
Did you scare the hell out of them?
Yes, I really did.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, people. Good thing.
No, but usually it's amazing. So I love one-on-one work, and who I love working with is actually people like healers that are either in the beginning stages of their business or, serving, because I love serving people who are serving others and allowing that to expand. Anybody can work with me. You don't have to be a healer. You can be, anybody. But yeah, I love working with people to help them help the world and really align with and resource their higher selves and that light. Because what I was doing for a long time is I was doing business coaching, divine feminine business coaching. But what was behind that is this. It's like, what are you here to do? What is your soul here? So that's going to lead you to the abundance. So we can do all the manifestation stuff. We can do all the strategy stuff, but I've seen so many people do the strategy stuff and the manifestation stuff and still hear crickets because they're not resourcing that self-confidence from their soul and their soul's mission and like letting the fire lead them every day. They're kind of like, you know, still playing in those waters of self-doubt, which we all do. That's okay. But yeah, like let's just activate the fire of our soul's mission and let it take us wherever we're meant to go. So you can work with me one-on-one. And I also have lots of courses on my website as well, including Medicine Keepers of the Blue Violet Ray. If you resonate with this blue ray, blue violet energy, I have a course for you on that.
Incredible. I swear. I love talking to people who are clear about who they are and why they're showing up. And it's still, they may be only like 30% clear and there's still more to be, you know, uncovered, but it's amazing. It's just amazing. But you can find Beth Katherine at bethkatherine.com or on Instagram at dolphin.rose.temple. Yeah. And the Dolphin Healing Collective is also, I'm so tongue-tied today. Thank you. New moon, equinox, and all of that's happening on this planet. If you're interested in the Dolphin Healing Collective, you can find that information on her website. Again, that's bethkatherine.com.
Yeah, it says join the pod. Go to bethkatherine.com and click on where it says join the pod.
And when you go on Beth Katherine's website, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is so just high vibe. Like I tell you, I was sad one day. I went on your website and just scrolled. I'll be honest. Yes.
That is so fulfilling to me to hear. I'm like, does anyone go on my website? Like
I went on there and I just scrolled. I really did. Because it was just like, I love that picture. That's so I love that. I want to get that tattooed. And it was just it's great. It's great. So thank you so much for being with us and talking to me and sharing your wisdom with the collective.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun.
You're welcome. All right, everybody. Again, we are The Art of Waking. I am Danan Sarah. We've been talking with Beth Katherine from bethkatherine.com. And we'll see you next week. Bat time, same. Bat channel, same. Peace out.
Bye.
Boop.